Jeff here. I am a PPR certified instructor at the Avalon Golf Course and Country Club. We actually have 4 golf courses and country clubs and a tennis center. And I have anywhere from 45 to 55 students a week in clinics, a lot of beginners, some intermediates, and some advanced intermediates. And one of the things I'm working with my advanced intermediates right now is a shot that I think you have to have in your arsenal if you're going to get to be a 3.5 and move on to 4.0 and above. And that shot is the third shot drive. 2 years ago, if you would have said, how does my partner and I get up to the non-volley zone? After we serve it, they have a deep return. We were teaching what? Third shot drops. So we're hitting third shot drops from back here. Drop shots are still extremely valuable. You have to have them in your arsenal. But sometimes there's a better alternative. So we're going to talk about the third shot drive today. So what is the third shot drive? When do we hit it? How do we hit it? And when do we use it? So third shot drive, instead of dropping it, we're going to turn, we're going to hit a top spin drive shot right at our opponent or just away from our opponent. And we're going to hit it with a lot of top spin, we're going to hit it with a lot of speed. The desired effect, if you hit a perfectly executed one and it drops below the net right as it goes over the net, you may win the point. That's not what we're after though. We're after them to block that shot, to block it shorter, and then for us to move in. Okay, so let's think about the third shot drop. So to get from the baseline to the net, we have 22 feet. So if our opponent does their job and they hit a deep return serve and it lands within the last 2 or 3 feet, we're going to have to back up 2 or 3 feet. So now we're hitting a shot roughly 30 feet as a drop shot. When we hit a shot that's long, we're going to have to hit it low to high. We're going to have to put an arc on it. The deeper that arc is, the higher that ball is going to bounce when it lands. And as we know from the last couple of years, paddles have gotten grittier, players have gotten better, and we've got to be able to, the balls that were attackable now weren't attackable then, but now those are attackable balls. So we've got to figure out a way to get to the non-volley zone without giving them an attackable ball. So if we hit a third shot drive, how do we hit it? We want to hit it with top spin. How do we impart top spin? Paddle has to be below the ball. We want to brush up on it, not using our wrist. I see a lot of students trying to flick it with their wrist like they do in ping pong. That's not what we're after. The correct technique is to make sure we're hitting up on it and we're sweeping it and we're getting that ball to tumble. That's the first part. Second part, we have to have some pace on the ball. So if you're practicing this with your drilling partner, don't let them stand at the non-volley zone. Make sure that they're standing clear back at the baseline, because we want to know if we hit it hard and we have the correct amount of top spin, that it's going to hit and bounce inbounds. If you hit it too hard and your opponent merely turns and it goes long and it goes out of bounds, you might as well hit it into the net, or you might as well have given them an attackable ball. So let's make sure that when we hit it, we're hitting it with enough pace and enough top spin to make sure that it lands in bounds. So when you're practicing, make sure your opponent is back there, your drilling partner, excuse me, is all the way in the back, okay? So that's how we hit it. When do we use it? I like to teach my intermediate and advanced intermediate students to use it when we're pinned back at the baseline or even behind the baseline, because of that long, high arced drop shot is attackable now. So if we put that nice pace on it, we hit it hard at them, they're going to have to block it. Typically, if they block it, it's not going to be blocked back at our feet. It's going to be blocked short. So as soon as we hit it, we want to be moving forward towards the non-volley zone. When it's blocked, we're still coming in, and now, instead of a third shot drop, we're hitting a fifth shot drop. Instead of hitting a 30-foot shot, we're hitting a 20-foot shot, or maybe an 18 or a 16-foot shot, which means when we're hitting that drop shot, we're hitting it from low to high, but we can put a lot lower arc on it. What's the lower arc mean? It means it's going to bounce lower, and it's probably not going to be attackable. So that's why we want to use that third shot drive. When we're pinned back there, how do we get up there? Drive that shot at or even down the middle. Make that opponent slide their paddle over. Remember, the further they get that paddle away from their body, the less control they're going to have. They might pop it up for you for a shake and bake. They may hit it down into the kitchen or just right at the non-volley zone line. We're moving in, we're hitting a short drop shot, and now we're coming up to the line, and now we're even Steven with our opponents across there. That's what we're trying to accomplish. If you hit that third shot drive and it lands just over the net hard enough, they may block it into the net and you get the point. But if they don't, and they block it short, we still have a great chance to get up there, hit a short drop shot. Then we're depending on our dinking abilities and stuff. We're even. As we know, the receiving team always has the advantage. We want to take that advantage away. Work on the third shot drop, get a partner out there, hit it so that you can control it, make sure it lands in, and I'll bet you'll have more success. Thanks for looking.